Hello everyone and welcome back to Dev Portal, a go-to channel for mastering tech concept. In our last video, we have understood that what our Linux permissions are and how we can read those permissions. In our today's video, we are going to discuss that how we can change those permissions with the help of chmod command. There are basically two modes. By the help of that, we can change the permissions. One is symbolic mode, second is numeric mode. Both the modes we are going to discuss today in this video. So let's start our today's video. So first, let's discuss what is chmod. So chmod basically stands for change mode, and this command is used to change the permission of a file or a directory. The syntax is very simple. We need to mention chmod, then our option, then the permission that we want to provide, and then the file name or a directory name. Let me show you all these things with the help of an example. So first, we are going to discuss that how we can change the permission of a file using symbolic representation, or you can say symbolic mode. So currently I am in one of my directory, and if I do ls here, ls, you can see here index.html file is present. Now let's see what are the permissions present for this file. So if I do ls-l, you can see for the user it has, or we can see the owner, it has read-write permission. For the group as well, it has read-write permission, and for the other users it don't have any permission. So now let's try to provide different sets of permission with the help of symbolic representation. What symbolic representation or mode means, as we know that basically there are three types of user which can exist in our Linux system. One is owner. So for the owner we can mention you, which means you represent the owner or the user. Second is group, which can be represented by the G symbol, and third is the other user, which can be represented with the help of O symbol. Now let's say if you want to provide any permission, which means you want to add any permission, in that case we can mention plus symbol, and if you want to delete any permission or remove any permission, we can mention minus symbol. And let's say if you want to provide read permission, in that case we need to mention R, for write we need to mention W, and for execute we need to mention X. So this symbol we are going to use, we are going to combine these symbols, and we will see that how these symbols will help us to change the permission of a file. So if I do clear here first, and if I do ls-l again, now first let's see that how we can provide the permission. What I'm going to do, as we can see for the user it has read and write permission. Now let me provide the execute permission as well, and we will see that how this permission will get updated. So I will mention chmod, and then as I told, I want to provide the execute permission to the user. So I will mention u, and because I need to provide, so I will mention plus. Let me write it again, chmod u. Then because I need to provide the permission, I will mention plus, and then what permission I want to provide, that is executable permission, so I will mention x, and then the file name, for which file, which is index.html file. If I press enter, now if I do ls-l again, as we can see earlier it has only read and write permission but not the execute permission for the user. Now if I do ls-l again here, we can see read, write and execute permissions. All three permissions are there for the user, or we can say the owner of this file. So this is how we can use our chmod with the symbolic mode, and we can change the permission of a file. This is the addition of the permission. Now let me show you that how we can remove the permission. So for removal, let's say I want to provide, or I want to remove the permission of write permission from the other, or not other, from the group. Let's say for group we have read and write permission. So let's say for the group I want to remove the write permission. So I will write chmod, and then because it is group I will mention it with G, and because I want to remove the permission I will mention minus, and then which permission I want to remove, which is W, and then this permission I want to remove it from index.html file. Now if I press enter and do ls-l again, now you can see for group it has only read permission, not write and execute permissions are not there. So this is how we can use our symbolic mode with chmod, change the permission of a file or a directory. Till now we have discussed that how we can provide the permission and how we can remove the permission. Now let's see some other combinations as well. Suppose here till now I have mentioned only single user, either it will be a user or it will be a group. Let's say if you want to provide the permission to all three type of user, which is user, group and other user, in that case we have another symbol which is A. which mention as all, which means all the users you want to provide some set of permission. So let me clear this terminal first and let me do ls-l. And now what I'm going to do, I will provide let's say read permission to all the users. So I will mention chmod, and because I want to provide permission to all the user, I will mention a, and this is the addition, so I will mention plus, and which permission I want to provide, that is read to index.html file. So if I press enter now, if I do ls-l again, now we can see that read permission is there for all the three users, which is user, group and other. This another R got added compared to the previous permission. So this is how we can use a symbol as well if you want to provide permission to all the users. Now let's see some few more example. Let's say I want to provide a particular set of permission. Till now we have seen that how we can add and remove. Let's say I want to provide the read and write permission to other users. So in that case, what I need to do? One way is that I can provide O plus W. Another way is that I can use equal symbol. Let me show you. So I will mention chmod, and then because it is other user, I will mention O, and I will use it equal symbol here, and I will mention read and write permission, which means currently it has read permission. Now it will change it to read and write to other user for index.html file. If I press enter now, if I do ls-l again, we can see it is using, now it is consuming read and write permission for other users. So this is how we can use symbol mode to provide the set of permission to the users. Though, so this is one of the way. Another way is that using numeric mode. What numeric mode means, that we need to use numbers. So here we discuss that, or we know that there are totally three types of permission: read, write and execute. So for numeric mode, the read will be represented as 4. That is the value as 4, which means if I want to mention read permission, or if we want to provide read permission, I need to mention 4. For write it is 2, and for execute it is 1, which means if I want to provide read permission to, let's say, other user, I need to mention 4 as a permission number, which is represented as a read permission. Now if you want to provide read and write, in that case you need to add both the values. Read means 4, write means 2, which means read write will become 6. And if you want to provide all the three permission set of permission, in that case 4 plus 2 plus 1 will be changed to 7, which means I need to mention 7. This in the starting or in the beginning will be little bit confusing for the beginners, but once you get used to of this Linux system, you are going to use only this set of permissions, this way of providing the permission. Basically Linux administrator or DevOps engineer will use only these set of modes only, because they will remember that which kind of permission they want to provide, and it is more easier as you will start consuming it. So first let me clear the terminal, and if I do ls-l again, so currently I have read, write and execute permission for the user, read permission for the group, and read, write for the other for this file. Now what I'm going to do, I will provide all three permission to the user, which is already there, then read, write to the group as well. Currently it has only read permission, and only read permission to the other, which has currently read and write. So I will mention chmod first. Now what I'm going to do, first is the user permission, so I will mention 7, which is represent as read plus write plus execute. Now for the group, I want to provide read and write, which is read plus write will change it to 6, which is 4 plus 2, which is 6, so I will mention 6. And for the other, I want to provide only read permission, which is represented as 4. So 764 is the number where 7 is the permission for the user. First number is the permission for the user. Second number is the permission for the group. And the last number is the permission which is represented for the other users. And this permissions number I want to provide for the index.html file. Now if I press enter, and if I do ls-l again, now you can see the permission got changed. For the group it is read and write, and for the other user it is only read. So here we can understand in a way that it is very simple or easy to use, rather than providing each of the set of permission or mentioning plus, minus, equal to. We can provide the number, and it will help us to change the permission very easily. Let me show you some more example. Let's say if I use chmod and I want to change the permission only for the other user. Now currently it is 4. Let me change it to 5. What 5 means? That I want to provide read permission as well as execute permission. 4 plus 1, which is 5. So I will mention 7, 6, 5. Now earlier permission will not get changed because I have mentioned same number. For the other user, it will change it to read plus execute. Same index.html file I will write, and if I do ls-l now, you can see it is read and then execute. Write is not there. So this is how it is very easy for me. As you can see that how easily I can change these permissions. So till now we saw that how we can change the permission of a file. Now let me show that how we can change the permission of a directory. But one thing we need to remember, if we are changing the permission of a directory, it will impact the inner files as well, which is present inside those directories, even the directories as well. Anything which is present inside the directory, it will represent the same set of permission for that as well. So currently I am in my temp folder. So if I go to the previous directory, now I can show you first here. Currently one directory is there which is temp. Now for this directory I am going to change the permission, and because this is the directory, so we need to change the permission recursively. So we need to mention one more option, which is -r option. So one thing you need to remember before doing this activity is that any permission which you are going to provide, it will impact the inner files and directories as well. So be careful if you are doing this activity in a configuration directory or a system directory. So now let me show you that how we can change the permission. So I will write chmod. First let me clear the terminal. So now let me write the permission. So I will write chmod. And before writing the permission, let me show you the permission which is there inside this directory. So I will do ls first, ls-l. This is the permission for the temp folder. And if I do ls-l and then index.html file, this is the permission for the index.html file. Now what I'm going to do, I will write chmod, and because I want to change the permission in the recursive mode, so I will mention -r, which will impact the permission for the inner files and directories as well. I want to change it for the inner files and directories as well. And then I want to use 777. 777 means for the user, it will be all the permission I want to provide, for the group as well, for the other users as well, for temp directory. If I press enter now, if I do ls-l, you can see the permission for the temp directory got changed compared to the previous permission. And if I do ls-l for temp/index.html file as well, you can see here as well permission got changed if you compare to the previous permission. So -r option will help us to change the permission for the inner files and directories as well. If you want to change the permission only for the directory, in that case you can skip -r option. Then in that case, whatever permission is there for the inner files and directory, it will not get changed. So that's it for today's video on Dev Portal. Today we have discussed that how we can change the permission of a file or a directory using chmod command with symbolic mode and numeric mode. In our next video, we are going to discuss another important command in Linux, which is chown. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Dev Portal, and share these videos with your fellow developers and friends. And I will see you in my next video.